Once again, this is the time of the week where we ask you for your input in the form of a dumb debate. And many things happen.
And this is the last one until that Wednesday before the day we were just talking about. The next time you and I will be back together for one of these, it'll almost be July. And that's not a countdown. I'm just stating a fact.
Well, get your dumb debates in anytime when you think of them. Just put them down. Use the hashtag dumb debates on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter page.
Anytime's a good time for
Or
debate.
send us an email into the Equitable Bank inbox and just make sure it's subject titled dumb debates.
That's important.
And we save them.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I'm in the process. I forgot to do it this morning of just going back through the last week of people sending us dumb debates, and there's some really, really good ones.
Tell me more, John.
Well, I want to get to this one for sure because it is a little time sensitive.
Oh?
Declan asks, we are hosting a 4th of July party that doubles as my birthday. See, we're only going to have one other dumb debate before July 4th. So I'd like to get this answered now in case we didn't get to it. You know what I'm saying?
No, it'll be on the 3rd. We'll be on the day before the 4th of July.
Is Declan your burner account?
No.
Interesting. Great question, Nick.
No.
Anyway, what's the question?
He is a July 5th birthday.
Happy birthday.
So he's one day more inferior than I.
Wow, that's 1 month from today, by the way.
It is. Happy early birthday.
Hosting a 4th of July party doubles as my birthday because I'm a July 5th birthday. Am I allowed to do tacos for the meal as opposed to standard hot dogs and hamburgers? So he wants to know.
He wants to do birthday.
He wants to do birthday tacos.
I had birthday tacos.
For
nice. Congrats, Nick.
For the July 4th / my birthday party versus the standard hot dogs and hamburgers. Declan, yes.
Do whatever the hell you want.
First of all, I agree with both of you. Do the hell whatever you want. Also, I am someone who appreciates doing different food items for holidays, much to the chagrin of John Bishop.
Well,
I want to have a Thanksgiving someday with pizza.
Also, if you're getting invited,
but you eat pizza all the time. I'm not getting into this again.
If you're getting invited to a birthday party where there's free food,
yeah,
are you really gonna bitch about what the food is?
That's an excellent point.
Well,
Nick.
I'm guessing that
is there food? Is there beer? Okay,
I'm guessing part of the deal is the preparation and what the people in the house who are hosting the party are wanting. But think about this, because the yes, there's a lot of labor that goes into tacos. It's probably not as easy when you do, just hot dogs and hamburgers, throw them on the, the charcoal burner.
Or you probably have to have a taco bar.
Yes, but that's part of the fun.
What if you get a dog hot?
You have that way people can, if they want to do tacos, they do tacos, or maybe they do nachos.
Yeah.
So are these
But
going
that
to be
could
like
fun.
street tacos or like white people tacos?
Uh-oh. John's triggered again.
Lord.
There's a difference, and it's an important difference.
No such thing as white people tacos.
John,
They're
yes,
just
there
tacos.
is.
They're just tacos.
Go to a food truck, then go to Taco Bell and tell me which one is which.
That's a good point.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm with John. We're all in agreement on
eat
this.
Whatever you want.
It's your birthday, first of all. Yeah, if you're having people over, you're the one who's doing the meal stuff. Like, if I went to a 4th of July party and they had tacos, I'd be like, wow, that's different. And then I'd be like, sweet, I'm going to eat some tacos.
Hell yeah.
You know, like, if anyone would actually get upset by that, they're not your true friend.
Right.
Declan, happy birthday.
I suppose the only people that might get upset or if Declan is not in charge of making the spread, if, let's say, it's someone else in Declan's house. And it is more labor intensive than the hot dogs and hamburgers.
What I might do is a safety thing is if there's children coming and kids are like, I don't want tacos, I want a hot dog. Have some hot dogs for the children.
For the kids?
For the
You
kids.
do always have to worry about those idiot
you can just
kids.
boil those. You don't have to.
Stupid food
You
takes.
just boil or microwave a kid hot dog.
Well, but if you're doing a taco bar, I mean, I don't know many kids that don't like tacos. And they get to put whatever they want on their tacos, or they can just eat the nacho chips.
You know how sometimes the kids can be snot noses, though, John?
Oh, snot in their nose.
I don't want tacos. I want a dog hot.
Sounds like a middle-aged man there, Nick. That did not sound like a 5-year-old. I don't want a taco. I want a cheeseburger. I want burger. Sybil's Lost Tea says, what was the conversation like when the founders of French Lick, Indiana were coming up with the name of their new town? How did that go, John? Daddy's home, lick, lick, lick. Was that what it was? Frenchie's home.
I really
lick, lick,
don't
lick.
know, but
I'm on Wikipedia right
they
now.
obviously
I need to
did
figure
not
this out.
have the same sense of humor as we might have today.
I have the answer. According to Wikipedia, French Lick was originally a French trading post built near a spring and salt lick. What is a salt lick?
A salt lick, Josh, is a mineral lick. It's a place where animals can go to lick essential mineral. So it's like when you give a cow a salt block and they go lick, lick, lick.
So it's literally a place to go lick things.
Some people,
for animals to lick things.
Some people set out, salt licks for deer during deer hunting season.
I thought it was
boom.
Those were sugar ones, aren't they? Sugar. We should give deer sugar cubes.
I think you give horses sugar cubes.
Oh. Either way, though.
So really what it is, it wasn't anything dirty. It's the most uncreative name in the world.
Yeah, actually, it's a good point, Nick.
We're French, and we're next to a lick.
Dude, that
French lick.
Was it last week in Dumb Debates that we talked about New Hampshire and all the news? There was New Zealand. They were very lazy back then. Hey, it's New York.
And let's face it, there are probably certain things that weren't done regularly back in the 1700s as they are done more regularly today because of
like licking the ground
hygiene practices.
Hashtag Nick Grimm. Sky asks, which pre-Twitter sports moment would have had the most insufferable discourse had Twitter been around at the time?
Immaculate Reception.
Oh, Nick, that's a really good one. Because we do not have a whole lot of angles. And people see now.
Yeah, that would have been pretty bad.
Now I will say
because
this.
I mean the Raiders held on to that grief for years.
Now Dave Feit went to the sports political area, and I think he is onto something because he writes the most insufferable Twitter discourses usually have polarizing social/political elements. So I'm thinking of sports moments with those undertones, and he gives us two, and it's actually from about the same era. Muhammad Ali's refusal to be drafted, and Tommy Smith and John Carlos raising their fists at the 68 Olympics. Those are some fine picks. Hell, Cassius Clay becoming Muhammad Ali. Lou Alcindor. Oh, did the Rockies just blow it again?
Yup.
Wow, classic.
They're so good at that.
Lou Alcindor becoming Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, I imagine the takes would be hot and heavy. Dave is onto something. So now I just got to think of other political/sport. Well, hell, I mean, let's go all the way back to one of the originals. Jackie Robinson being allowed to play baseball. Major League Baseball. There would have been a ton of takes.
What about
It would have been horrible.
So
I mean, because I'll even do something a little more recent, even though it wasn't controversial, but the way some people treated it, Hank Aaron breaking Babe Ruth's record.
Oh, great.
Remember all the hate mail? Instead of getting the hate mail,
it would have been hate tweets.
It would have been hate tweets.
Oh, that would have been horrible. Sean, that's an excellent point.
Who is Jesse Owens? Jesse
Owens?
Yeah.
Oh.
Could you imagine that?
That's interesting because on one hand, I mean, he's a black American. On the other hand,
but that was
people don't like Hitler. Yeah, that's the point.
That was
don't like
celebrated.
him. Yeah, but the Nazis would have Twitter too in this scenario.
That's a good point, Nick. That's the over, by the way.
That is the over.
Designated Hitler.
A rare 36 Olympics reference on the Grump. We don't talk about the 36 games very much.
Yeah, we don't.
That's a good one, though, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, anything there. Now, taking it out of the political realm.
Yeah,
for
let's
just
try
a
to
moment.
remove race relations and politics.
Yeah, stick to sports.
I mean, the first one that popped into my mind, and I guess I don't know if this would have been toxic, but certainly the conspiracy theories for the cold envelope theory with the Knicks and Patrick Ewing. But was that something that was developed later? Like, would people have lost their mind night one when the Knicks win the lottery and get to draft Patrick
They probably
Ewing?
would have, and then the cold envelope theory probably would have developed a lot faster than it did.
Yeah.
Was there any weird like World Series things that happened in the pre-Twitter era?
What about the 85?
Merkel's boner.
Oh, yes, classic boner.
Merkel's boner that involving the New York Giants and the Chicago Cubs, where the base runner at first, Fred Merkel, did not touch second, or at least was said to have not touched second on what would have been a game-winning hit in a crucial pennant race.
Oof.
The fans rushed the field.
Oof.
The Cubs entered the ball, or what people thought was the ball, back into play.
Yeah.
They went to second, got the force out. Thus, the run didn't count. The game remained tied because it was too late in the day to finish the game. They ended up finishing it at another time. The Cubs won. They ended up winning the pennant.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Hey, I mean, again, I don't know. Oh, wait, never mind. He mentions a different one. But what about Buckner? Now, again, toxic. It would have just been like a weird, hilarious night of Twitter.
It wouldn't have been toxic. But anything controversial.
Oh, Jordan, Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan.
Oh, that is a good one.
It's a good one, too, because
that was nauseating in real time.
I was going to say, there was a lot of people that didn't like it just because, you were probably like, this is stupid, I don't care.
He was.
But yet, millions of Americans cared. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Yeah, what are some other Olympic-based ones? Are there any other Olympics-based ones?
You just want to talk about running.
Do love the Olympics, Nick. Oh, Jordan, Cal Stanford. Bandits out on the field.
Yeah, but
because he was down. A lot of people think he was down.
Are you down?
Not many, though. I don't know.
I think he might have been down.
The Russians beating the Americans in the 72 gold medal game after a couple of very controversial restarts.
Excellent pick. Oh, my gosh. People would have lost their minds.
To this day, they still have not accepted their silver medals, and they never will.
And they never will, which is awesome. Oh, Mike says Matt Davison's catch. Yeah, if you want to go with the local angle. Hell, the Lawrence Phillips situation.
Yeah, that's probably a better one.
Yep. Oh.
Do we want to talk adjacent, like O.J. Simpson?
Yeah, because Chris just said that O.J. verdict takes the cake. By far would have been unbearable on Twitter.
Yeah, but that
gets into the
sports adjacent only because he was an ex-athlete and a broadcaster. But
yeah. That's a good one, though.
Keeping it to actual things that happened in the realm of sports.
Like on the field. I'm trying to think of other controversial finishes or moments in time. I mean, I feel like we've really named some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have.
There's got to be some NASCAR stuff, right?
Is there?
Yeah. Well, Janet Guthrie. Janet Guthrie being the first woman to run Indianapolis.
When was that?
1970. Well, she tried to qualify in 75 or 6 and then made the race in 77. And there were a lot of people. I mean, that was back in an era where women were not allowed in the pits.
Wow.
Caller Dale brought up the 88 Olympics with Royce Owens. I'm not sure what happened there.
With who?
Is it Royce Owens?
Was that the... No, there was a boxing controversy. Yeah, but nothing that rises to the level of the Kerrigan Harding. That would have been, oh boy.
Yeah. A couple of people brought up the Black Sox scandal. Yeah, I mean, that one... Yeah. You know, in an era, David says Colorado 5th down. That's a good one. In an era where people think everything is rigged, if you were to ever have a team literally blow a series or a championship on purpose, I mean, it's a surprise, honestly, John, that baseball is able to bounce back like it did, given that a team literally threw the World Series. Because I would imagine if I'm a fan for a while, I'd watch saying, how can I trust this sport? And that this isn't happening more often. So shout out baseball for getting back into our good graces.
Here's one from Johnny. This is an older one. Would you rather be paid once a year and have to budget accordingly, or get paid every 2 weeks, but it's all in coins?
Oh my gosh. It's all in coins. Can it at least be quarters?
I mean, if you get paid all in coins, that means you're taking an extra stop at the bank every week.
I missed.
And then the bank gets very annoyed with you because you're coming to them with nothing but coins.
Get paid once a year to budget, or get paid once every 2 weeks, but it's all in coins.
Oh my god!
I'm definitely taking the former versus the latter.
Oh,
can I have a dollar coin?
It's still coins.
Hell, it could be 50-cent pieces, and let's just do some nice round numbers, right? Let's say that your paycheck is $1,000. And it's 50-cent pieces. That's still even if it's $1, it's 1,000 coins. How many are in the
2 hot coffees?
The coin rollers or whatever those are, rolls of coins. How many coins are in one of those?
Well, it depends on
in a roll of quarters. How many quarters are in a roll of quarters?
It's like $5. I
think it's $5.
So
right? Yeah.
So what? That'd be 20. So now do 20. That's $5, and you would need.
But you're still having to take that money to the bank and depositing it.
So that's
every
the issue.
week.
So it's not even just that you have this unnecessary amount of coins, but you have to go out of your way. I think I'm with you. I will budget.
I think I'll budget.
God,
too.
that sounds miserable though, because you get paid.
Oh, would they take the taxes out of all that lump sum too?
Yeah. No, let's say that the tax is still a normal. It's whatever your paycheck is multiplied by the whole year. So you're not getting extra taxed. Wow. But yeah, I mean, it would probably be difficult. You see that big number and you're like, oh, this is sweet. Nick, you'd see like $15,000. How cool would that be?
I have one that I've been sitting on. How many, and I'm not including the whole thing, but like little shards. How many eggshells do you think you've eaten in your lifetime?
Like, so if you add up the tiny little pieces to make one eggshell?
Yes.
Oh.
Or even just shards, if that's easier.
I would hope that I've eaten less than one eggshell in my entire life. If I'm cracking open an egg, I immediately remove that.
Then you remember eggs are in many things, though. Like you could have accidentally eaten an eggshell brownie.
So the question is the question like how many times does this happen at restaurants too? By the way, a roll of quarters is $10.
Oh, 10.
Oh, 10.
According to many people.
I was thinking 5.
That's a lot of quarters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say less than one. At least I hope so. I mean, I guess it's not a big deal. I'm still alive.
True.
35 years in, almost 36.
I don't know. That's really tough to say. I would guess it's.
See, this is.
I don't know.
I really
don't know.
I've asked other people this question, and it's either been a staunch, hard no, never. I've never eaten an eggshell.
Oh yeah.
Or people have thought about it. Like you for sure have eaten eggshells.
Of course you have.
Just wonder how many.
Yeah, it's like when you go to a pool, how you've probably swallowed urine.
All pee. Yeah. There is no H.
People pee. Michael Severe asks, would you trade 25 summers for 15 more football seasons?
No.
15. So wait, is this saying I'll get to live 15 extra years? How young am I dying? Or how old am I when I die?
Well, yeah. How are you getting paid in these football seasons?
You get like the weather. You skip summer and you go right to football, but you get it,
So basically, you're getting 2 football seasons in 1 year.
It's like a Game of Thrones situation where it's going to be winter for 15 years.
Yeah, but you get bonus football season.
See, again,
let's do it.
Those of you,
thank you, Michael.
What those of you idiots keep forgetting is the reason why I guarantee you will love it less if you're getting it all year round. The absence makes the heart grow fonder. The reason why football is great is we have to wait a week between games, and then we wait several months before it gets here. It's not an everyday sport. If football ended up becoming like the NBA or Major League Baseball, it would not be as, first of all, people wouldn't play. We'd be going through players left and right. And secondly, it would not be as popular as it is today.
But we're not thinking about that. We're just thinking like, don't you want to get a few more football seasons in your life before you croak? Wouldn't you love to watch football?
Do you really want
I'm not getting rid of my
seasons
summers.
of the Cowboys failing in the first round of the playoffs?
Yeah.
Sometimes the second round.
Once the second round.
No, not once. They've made the second round like 3 times in the last decade.
Yeah, and some of those have been because they got there because of their placement, not because they won their way into the second round.
That's not true. 2 times they won. 1 time they got placed.
That, but I didn't say.
2 out of 3 they won a game. Go Cowboys.
That's 66%.
Thank you, Nick. 66% of the time they win a game.
That's an F.
And 0%
or
of the time
D.
in the last 3 decades have they got to
not
an
with
NFC
my
championship.
Not with your woke lib grading scales,
dude. Yeah, those lib grade scales are pretty wild. Also, Michael asks,
grade skating?
Like,
do we have more?
No, it's just like
they've adjusted percentages.
Yeah, where like you can get like a 58 and it's like a C. Yeah,
right.
Pretty wild. He also asked, now, I don't know if this is a dumb debate as much as it is. Let's do a little research. Based on Rupert Murdoch getting married at 93, how much is too much to spend on ED meds? I guess never mind. We don't have to do research. John, how much are you going to spend
when I'm 93?
Yeah, and you're like,
isn't
the answer?
I'm not making it that far.
Ever much it costs for once a month. Anything after that, is a 93-year-old.
Like, the breasts!
Like you just be tired.
What's the libido of a 93-year-old? Is he even going to want?
I mean, he is a billionaire, so he's probably injected with libido every day.
Yeah, that's probably
freaks.
True.
It's like Austin Powers and the Mojo.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Mike wants to know. Question 1.
Yeah.
If schools cancel or go early out for snowstorms, why do they not call early outs for potential severe storms and tornadoes?
Well, in my experience,
interesting.
My high school, there was no windows in any of the rooms anyway, so we were fine.
Wow, interesting. That's weird.
There was windows in the science rooms because I think legally there had to be in the shop room, in the art room,
but that's it.
In the cafeteria.
Well, I think isn't the answer that a snowstorm does, or excuse me, a tornado, it's going to go through fairly quickly. And so then you get to go home after it.
Well,
whereas a snowstorm, you could get stuck there.
Yeah. And
because of the ground.
Well,
right. and tornado drills are just find a desk.
And a snowstorm is widespread. Mm-hmm. A tornado is an isolated incident. Also, it is in probably a lot of cases, the kids are safer in the schools where they have an active tornado plan than they are if they're let out, especially if their parents can't get away from work. Mm-hmm. The kids up to their own devices and they don't know the proper, ways to take shelter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids are actually, in some cases, safer in school where they have adult supervision than they are in other circumstances.
Yeah, I understand the question, but yeah. Jed says summer can burn in hell because most of the time it feels like hell. I would trade every summer for 2 more football seasons.
Sick. Just sick.
As a pasty, John, though, don't you wish you
could,
don't you wish you could maybe skip summer, just the temperature?
Yeah, as a White Walker, John.
I'm not a fan of the ultra hot temperatures, but I have a home with a fan and air conditioning and iced tea.
I do like air conditioning. Oh, iced tea. Ugh.
I like iced tea.
You're ruining your night.
No, I'm not. Iced tea's
What
good.
if you had a beer?
That too.
Iced tea?
That too. I caught a cold beverage.
What about a twisted tea, John? That's a compromise.
I don't know if I've ever tried the twisted tea.
Nectar of the gods, John.
Is it?
I love it.
By the way, Sad Husker fan
Never
says that $1,000 in dollar coins weighs almost 18 pounds.
Oh, that's fine.
That's actually not that bad.
No,
what would it be in quarters, though?
You'd definitely get a workout.
What would it be in quarters? Yeah, you would indeed.
You would definitely get a workout. Okay.
I'd say that was fun.
That was successful.
It's our last one for a while.
It is our
John,
last
I'll
one
see you in
for a
July,
while.
bro.
Yeah.
Bye, John.